Welcome or welcome back to the Suite. My name's Tanya, and this is Sweet Tea, where we talk about all kinds of things, just like you guys do in your favorite hair salon, barbershop, makeup chair, nail salon, all those places where the tea is always hot. And today we're going to be talking about Christine Wooley of Sister Wives. Y'all know I'm obsessed with that show, and so are many of my clients. And this is the conversation we were having. I think that I love Christine. Christine is definitely a fan favorite of Sister Wives. But y'all, I think Christine might be a little cray cray, like a little delulu, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to tell you why right after this intro plays. Give me about 54 seconds. And that's just enough time for y'all to subscribe to my channel and like this video because you know you're going to want to come back. Okay? Watch the intro. I'll be
Since
right
the
back.
beginning of times, beauty salons and barbershops have had a special place in the hearts of the industry professionals and the patrons alike. We can all remember trips to the shop, special moments made, conversations had, and lessons learned. From politics to pop culture, the latest gossip, love and relationships, and social movements. It's all talked about. Lifelong friendships are created, networks are built, ideas are shared, and politicians are made or broken. Our power is great. Our reach is wide. This is the place where we all shine, from the beginning to the end of times. Let's keep the conversation alive. Join me in my suite from your suite, and let's talk about the tea.
Okay. Okay. I'm back. So let's talk about this. Let's get into it. And I know this is going to make a lot of people crazy because I know that Christine is a fan favorite. And I love Christine. I really, really do. Lord knows I do. I'm a cheerleader for Christine. I got her back. I want her to be successful. I want her and David to live happily ever after and all those great things that I know Christine would want because we all know that Christine is a helpless romantic. She romanticizes everything. But I think she may be going a little too far. Christine is giving me crazy vibes. And I'm going to tell you why. All through the sister wife community, and I say community, I mean me, you, those of us who watch Sister Wives. The Sister Wives, we're not like in the community, but we're like on the outside of the community, looking in the community. So in the fandom, I should say that, in the fandom universe of Sister Wives, um, there is this perception that Kody is so wrong for his apology to Christine. Not in the intent of the apology, but in telling Christine that he loved her. And I believe that over time, it's become a game of he said, she said. And I think that because people love Christine the way they love Christine, because we just adore Christine and Christine has everyone's hearts, that everyone just believes what Christine says, and we allow Christine to paint a narrative that isn't necessarily always true. And we get caught up sometimes too in the romanticization of life through Christine's eyes. And Imma say that because Christine has painted this narrative and she's ran with this story that Kody was so inappropriate in his apology to her because he somehow told her that he still loves her. But that's not what Kody said. Christine says that Kody said that he still loves her. That's just not true. On the one day when they went to meet, Christine says that meeting Kody had her doubting herself and her ability to be strong. Christine was super nervous about meeting Kody. So I went back and I believe this was on episode I think his apology to her started on episode 16. Um, 16 of season 20 this past season. And the day that he was going to meet with her, Christine was super duper nervous. And they were interviewing Christine, and Christine says to the cameras that going to meet with Kody had her doubting herself and her ability to be strong. And I know that um, Christine went through a lot in the marriage, and it just made me wonder what about meeting with him had her doubting herself and her ability to be strong. What did she need to be strong for? Like Kody, from what we know, Kody hadn't been physically abusive to Christine. The mental abuse came from the lifestyle that they chose. Christine required more time of Kody than Kody was able to give Christine. That made Christine feel lonely, made her feel depressed. And when you go through something like that over a prolonged period of time, it can definitely begin to feel abusive to the person who is feeling lonely and who is feeling depressed. But even if Kody was splitting his time equally, she was still only going to get her husband every 4 nights. Like and the relationship that grew between Robin and Kody, she would have been jealous of even if she was getting him every 4 nights. So, and that's just human nature. Most women would be. Most women would not be okay with that. But I say all that to say that to question what it was that she was doubting in herself and what ability to be strong was she lacking to go hear a man out, because he'd already stated to her that his intentions were to extend the olive branch, right? So that just kind of had me confused. But the more I watched it, I'm like, okay, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Christine might have been doubting her ability to be strong and not give in to him or be attracted to him again or start to feel something for him again. And I say that because of the way she has spun this story. I say that because of the narrative that she has made out of the whole interaction. And it has me questioning Christine and her mental stability. So in the next scene, Christine and David are in the bathroom and Christine is styling her hair. They're talking about the meeting and she's styling her hair, baby. She is getting ready. They have the meeting coming up with Kody. When I tell y'all she was getting ready, Christine was getting ready. She had her hair, she was curling it, she was putting her makeup on. And we all know Christine can be a little frumpy, but Christine made sure she looked good that day. And I understand that. You know how we do as women, or how some women do, you know? Like if you're going to see, I don't know, I don't do that because I see my son's father every other week, and I don't care what I look like. I'm definitely not gonna put on makeup and spruce myself up for the meeting. And Christine had her good foundations on, honey. She had her good Spanx on, her good bra on, okay? The girls were sitting up nice and pretty for the meeting. And so, she was saying that it was weird though that she was gonna go meet Kody because they really hadn't had a conversation since she'd left. Um, and David is consoling Christine as he should. She's clearly very nervous. He hugs her and they pan to him talking to the camera, and David says that it's in his hands to make sure that Kody doesn't harm her. Okay? Like here they go again with this safe space stuff. Like what did he think Kody was gonna do to her? Did he think Kody was gonna jump across the table and like physically assault her? Did he think he was gonna harm her with his words? Did he think he was gonna harm her emotionally, verbally, financially? Like in what way did he think that Kody was going to harm Christine? And what she told him that would make him feel like her safety was in his hands. You understand what I'm saying? And I question those things because of the way she has spun this narrative, because of the way she has spun this entire conversation. And again, it just makes me wonder, is she a little delulu? I don't know. And I'm gonna make my point, y'all. I know y'all getting pissed off the more and more I'm talking, but just bear with me. So while David and Christine are at home and they're stressing about it and everything, they fast forward to Kody, and he says that he's meeting up with Christine to apologize and that he asked David to come along so that they could get to know each other because David has made some comments about him and he don't know him. And I was like, okay. Now we all know Kody has an ego. He's got a big ego. They talked about that on the tell all part 3, honey. And the women love his big ego. All of his wives tend to love his big ego. So Cody's big ego was he said David has some things to say. So, say 'em to my face is really what Kody was saying. That's really what he was saying. Y'all all know Kody is like full of testosterone. He's a raging lunatic. And Kody was on special forces and he beat out all those athletes. And now he's really got a big ego. He's got bragging rights and rightfully so, to be honest with you. So Kody was like, David, come along so you can hear what I have to say. And if you have anything to say to me, say it with your chest. That's really what Kody was saying. And David brought right into it. He went along, and not only did he go along, but they played right in his face. Christine, we're going to get into it. So Robin, on the other hand, says that it never occurred to her to go because Kody has always had his own individual relationships with each of his wives, and they're now exes, but it's kind of still the same. And then she kind of laughed. So that was Robin's explanation for not going, that they have their own relationship. He's always had his own individual relationship with each wife. So she didn't need to be there for their conversation. And, I can respect that. And I can also respect Kody asking David to be there because Christine is remarried and you don't want David to feel any type of way because you know that you plan to apologize for some things, So you kind of want him to be there to witness your intention. So I can understand that and respect that too. So Kody says that David isn't the wild card in the meeting, but Christine is actually the wild card because he doesn't know what mood she's going to be in. That she could be really light, or is she going to be very uncomfortable? So she gets silly. We've all seen her do that. Or is she going to be very serious? So Cody's playing back in his mind the different personalities of Christine that he's familiar with and trying to kind of guess or get a read on which one he's going to be met with that day. And we've all seen where Christine gets nervous and she can get really silly and she gets really flush and she gets really red in her décolleté area in particular, like in her face will just get beet red when she gets nervous or when she feels anxious. So he was wondering what Christine he was going to get. And so meanwhile, Christine is in her hotel room getting dressed for the meeting. And she has her burgundy wrap dress on and she's prepping and she's putting on her jewelry. She's got her little shaper on, like I said earlier, which is a change for Christine because we have all seen Christine show up in dresses without proper bras on that look like she has on underwear. Everything is jiggling and wiggling. But today, Christine was tight and right. She was tight and right. She was tight and right that day. She got she got it all together. Her hair was looking good. And she starts thinking about the good times with Kody and she starts thinking about the kids and how the kids always looked up to him and looked at him as a hero and how he would come home and the kids would just follow him around and he was a great guy when she married him and she starts reminiscing on those times together and their relationship together and so that was interesting that that's what she was thinking about as she was getting dressed to go meet him with her current husband who she says she's so in love with that she, was bringing along for the ride. Okay. So Christine walks out to greet David. He's waiting for her there in the lobby, and he tells her she looks great. And she did. She looked really good. Probably one of the best I've ever seen her look. And it's interesting that she got that dolled up to go meet Kody, the person who she doesn't care about at all, right? And the other thing that David said was that she looked sexy. That was the key word that caught my attention. David said that Christine looked sexy. And while he may always think of his wife as sexy, do you always think that she is presenting as sexy? Okay. And like I said, the girls were sitting up high. They were sitting up high and right. She was smooth from the, I would say, from the right under the bust down. You can tell she had on some kind of spank under the dress that kinda pushed things up and in, and then she had on a good solid bra. So, she looked good. She had the wrap dress on, which is always slimming in the midsection, and burgundy looks good on her skin, and it also looks good, that cool shade of burgundy looks really good with cool eyes, and Christine has blue eyes, and she also has a cool blonde hair. So that's like the colors look good together. It looked good on her. And so David tells her that she looks sexy. So I just again, I thought that word stuck out to me a little bit. Okay? And she gives him a she tells David that he looked, what was the word she used for great for David? Did she say you look great? She may have said you look great. But David just had on his jeans, honey. David had on his jeans and his David had on his jeans and his little button up shirt, like it was just, any other day. And like I said, Christine clearly spent some time getting ready, got herself together. She was looking really, really good. She put a lot of thought into what she was gonna wear. She had the hair on the Velcro roller. She put some curl in it, all those things. She put time into how she was gonna look that day. And again, David said she looked sexy. I thought that was very interesting. I don't know. We're gonna see. We are going to see. So in the next scene, they actually go to the hotel because again, they met in Vegas for this too. So they go to the hotel to meet with Kody, and David and Christine get there first. So they get to the restaurant. It's a beautiful restaurant, beautiful long table, and it's set already. So they sit down, and Christine is kind of like, "What's going on? What's going on? Like, why is the table set for so many people?" And I don't blame her because I'd have been thinking the same thing. And so her and Dave are kind of chatting about that, and they're chatting about how she wishes she would have had that table when she had the big family. And she's clearly very, very nervous. And David keeps reiterating to the camera how nervous Christine is too. And so Kody walks in, and Kody is kind of like he doesn't really know what to do, to be honest with you. Um, So he walks in, the table is super duper long. So then I guess he decided that he was just gonna go ahead and go for it. So Christine stands up, David stands up, and David is actually sitting closer to Kody at this time, but Kody still ended up hugging Christine first. He hugged Christine and then he hugged David. And so, that I thought that was a good little introduction. It was awkward, but I think it set the tone that it was gonna be a friendly conversation. You understand? Um, the hugging of David, I think, was probably a little fake and a little off guard for Kody, but he was standing there and he probably didn't know what to do. He coulda gave him a nice handshake, but Kody probably would have tried to squeeze the life out of, poor little David's hand, and then, yeah, they'd have been sitting up there still just squeezing hands, still shaking hands right now. So squeeze each other's hands. Oh my gosh. Uh, so Kody walks in and they flash back to him saying that this is the first time that they've talked about their relationship since the conversation when she told him that she was leaving. And then they flash back to the knife and the kidney scene. And we all know how that scene went. And so if that was the last conversation they had, then that's a really, really long time ago. So for the next conversation to be uh at the restaurant on camera and in front of her husband, and when he wants to apologize to her, I think that that was interesting. Um, so Christine really gets right to the point. She didn't waste any time getting straight to the conversation. And they were sitting there, Christine and David were sitting there, and they had these two big old, like big glasses of beer. And Kody just had water in front of him. He probably hadn't ordered yet. So he was like, "Yeah, take a gulp." And they both took a big gulp of their beer. That was hilarious. And so that was actually, when that episode ended, and then the conversation continued in the following episode. So which I think might have been the last or the second to last episode. And Kody also said, that he invited David to be there, uh, because he wanted to be out of respect for their relationship. Um He reiterated that too at the last part of the last part of the episode, but he also said that he hoped that David gave him the respect or the space he needed to be able to get the apology done. So they take those big old gulps of the beer. That was hilarious to me. So Christine comes right on out with the question. The next episode begins, the next scene within a minute. Christine comes right on out with the question and asks Kody, "Why did you want to get together?" And Kody says, "Because I wanted to apologize with all my heart." Kody leans back in his seat and Christine leans in towards him. And you're not going to believe what she did next. I'm going to show you. Check this out.
I wanted to apologize with all my heart. Uh,
I'm going to play it again, y'all, so y'all can see what she did. I just want y'all to see how she leaned in. He leans back and she leaned in. And if you know anything about body language, just read the body language,
I
okay?
wanted to apologize with all my heart. Uh,
And she bit the bottom lip. She bit the bottom lip. And we all know what she
I wanted
does
to
when she's
apologize
biting that bottom lip. She bites that bottom
with all
lip,
my
honey,
heart.
and she tongues David down. So I don't
Uh,
know if the biting of the bottom lip is because she's feeling something for Kody when he said he was sorry, or if the biting of the bottom lip is a nervous biting of the bottom lip, or what it was. But we cannot deny that she bit that bottom lip. She bit the bottom lip. She bit the bottom lip. Don't know what that was about. Okay, but that's what she did. So Kody says that he wanted to apologize. Um, and then hold on. Let me find the next clip. He said he wants to apologize. He said, and here's the big one. I want to apologize for saying I didn't love you. Okay. Uh, Clip. Here's that clip of Kody saying, this is what Kody says. So he tells Christine that he's there because he wants to apologize with all his heart. He wants to apologize. Okay. And then this is what he says next.
for saying I didn't love you. Yep, I was angry, and that wasn't cool.
Y'all want to hear it again? So Kody says, let's go back to the other clip before this because I want y'all to make sure. Because when I tell y'all something, I'm coming with the receipts, okay? I'm coming with the receipts and I'm going to prove my point. I'm not just going to get on here and say that I think that Christine might be a little cray cray and not back it up. Because again, I love Christine. I love Christine, but y'all, we might have to check on our girl. Something might not be right. Let me make my point, okay? Let me make my point. Bear with me. Bear with me. I've already set it up for y'all how nervous Christine was about this meeting. I've already pointed out to you guys and I've quoted you guys. I've quoted Christine saying that meeting with Kody has her doubting herself. It has her doubting herself and if she can be strong. What about meeting with Kody would make Christine doubt herself? Christine put all this effort into how she was going to look when she got there to meet with Kody. She put her good Spanx on. She put her good bra on. She picked the right color dress. The dress was fitting her right. There was no side boob hanging out. There was no bad tattoo showing. She curled her hair. She put the Velcro rollers in. She got the volume going. Okay. She used her dry shampoo. All of those things. Christine got herself together for this meeting. Watch the body language.
I wanted to apologize with all my heart. Ah,
She leans in, she's biting the lip. Let's go to the next. This is the very next scene right here. The very next scene is the actual apology.
for saying I didn't love you. Yep, I was angry, and that wasn't cool.
Now catch David's glare at the end. Y'all see how David is looking over at Christine? You see how David's looking over at Christine? Kody said, I want to apologize for saying I didn't love you. That wasn't cool. Look at David. Is he wrong for telling this woman that he lied when he said he did not love her after she bore 6 of his children? Is he wrong for telling her that he lied when he said he did not love her on national television and she repeated that and that statement hurt their children the way that it hurt their children? Is he wrong for admitting his lie? Is he wrong? Look how David is looking though. Look how David's looking over there. Okay? I think David was hot and bothered because David saw Christine. David saw Christine bite that bottom lip and he got worried. Okay? David got worried. So then all of a sudden, Christine changes the narrative. And this is when I really started to worry about Christine, okay? And about her mental state.
I have a new husband here now. That's weird. It's a weird thing to say. I have a husband right here now. I used to love you. I can't imagine what's going through David's head right now. I'm like, oh, that's a look. I know.
This is the thing, y'all. If you don't listen carefully, you will just listen to what she said. And if you didn't listen to what Kody said, and if you can't compare the two side by side, you will just run with the narrative that Christine is painting because Christine is going to continue to talk about this and spin this and romanticize this in her own little Christine way. The key word here is that Christine just said it was weird because he said that he used to love me. That's not what he said. Let me listen to it again.
But I've got a new husband here now. That's weird. It's a weird thing to say. I have a husband right here now. I used to love you. I can't imagine what's going through David's head right now. I'm like, oh, that's a Okay, no.
That's not what he didn't say, "I used to love you." He said, "I wanna apologize for saying that I never loved you." So what he is saying, in a sense, he is saying that he used to love her, right? He's letting her know that he used to love her. And Christine, in this moment, is not only acknowledging that he said he used to love her, but she's adding to it that is something weird about it because her husband was right there. But Kody made very clear earlier in the episode that he asked David to be there. Number one, because David needs to get to know him, because David has a lot to say about him and he doesn't really know him. And number two, because he wanted to be respectful to their marriage. So the idea of the apology is for Kody because he needs to forgive himself for such a jerk. And he wants his kids, if he wants a relationship with his children at all, he's gonna have to apologize for being so cruel to their mothers. Not only to their mothers, but to his children as well. Okay? So if Cody's intentions are pure, what else would he get out of it? He knows he looks like an asshole. He doesn't wanna look like an asshole. Let me go apologize, right? And he knows that he lied. He knows that he really did love that woman at one point, okay? He may not have been head over heels in love with her thinking she's his soulmate like he and Robin are, but that doesn't mean that he didn't love her at one point, okay? So to lie about that and to embarrass her like that on national television or to attempt to embarrass her like that on national television, because that's what it was an attempt to humiliate her, like, I didn't love her anyways. I mean, they were begging me to be in the family. They were begging me to marry him. Remember when he said that? Like little puppy dogs, panting? Remember when he said that? When he mocked them like that? So he knows that he looked like an asshole. So now he wants to apologize for that because he was wrong for that. And she is acknowledging here that he said that he used to love her, but she's making it seem like him saying that was somewhat inappropriate or in some way inappropriate. But I wanna tell you, it gets worse. Y'all might say, "That's not a big deal, that's not a big deal." But the way that she's spinning the narrative now, even after this scene, before the tell-all, is a whole different way. Like, and that's what makes me think Christine has lost her marbles. Because even in, like I said, in the sister wife universe, in the sister wife fandom verse, Reddit, Facebook, YouTube, everybody is acting as if Kody was so inappropriate for apologizing. He also went on to apologize for being the victim in the situation. He continues and he says something about the experience being good and it was being special when it was special. And that is what pissed David off. That's what pissed David off. And that made David say that he felt like the third wheel sitting there. Okay. But what Christine is saying today, as we're watching these one on ones, is what makes me feel like she's delusional. We just saw the clip of what he actually said. He said, "I want to apologize for saying I never loved you or I didn't love you." Then she says that it was weird that he's saying that he used to love her. And it was weird because her new husband is sitting there. My new husband is sitting there, right? Y'all want to hear it again? Let's hear it again. One more
Your new
time
husband
before I
sitting
drop the
now.
real
It's
receipts,
weird.
before I drop
That's
the
a
mic.
weird thing to say. I have a husband right here now. I used to love you. I can't imagine what's going through David's head right now. I'm like, oh, that's a look. I know.
Okay? She can't imagine what's going through David's head, baby. The look on David's face. The look on David's face.
Saying I
Want to hear
didn't
it?
love
Want to see it again? The look on David's face will tell you what
you. I
David was
wasn't.
thinking. Watch,
That wasn't cool.
watch. Y'all see the look on David's face? And that's when she started thinking it wasn't cool. Okay? That's when she started thinking it wasn't cool. But I want you guys to hear because again, I would not. I love Christine, and I say that I say I love Christine, and I say that because I love all of us. I mean, I love all people. I have no reason to not love her, to not want the best for her. I would never want her to really be Delulu, but I'm telling y'all, we gotta check on our had a little technical difficulty there, you guys, but your girl recovered, and hopefully you guys won't even notice it. Um, so back to the video. So the last clip I want to show y'all, this is unfortunate for Christine. And again, I would not say these things about someone just to be salacious or just to make things up. I'm putting this together for y'all and I'm backing it up and I'm telling you guys why I'm thinking like this. And again, the Sister Wives community, the fandom might be upset about it and you might want to argue with me, but argue in the comments is just the show. It's just a little gossip, a little tea, okay? Don't kill me. Don't come for me that much. But or do. It's okay. I promise I won't take it personal. But y'all have to if you guys are honest with yourselves, you have to understand what I'm saying. And when I drop this next clip, you are going to understand exactly what I'm talking about, okay? But before I drop this clip, before I give y'all this last clip, if you have not already, if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. And then I promise you, I'm gonna drop the clip. Here it is.
He still loved me, and it was ridiculous and awful. What? I know. I'm not even going fast. Not even there.
Okay, this is what she's saying now, y'all. So we heard what he said. He came in. First of all, he said he wanted to extend an olive branch. He asked her husband to be there. He He said he wanted to apologize from the bottom of his heart. He said he wanted to apologize for saying that he never loved her. He said she admits that he said he wanted to apologize for saying he used to love her, which is even worse. Why would you I want to apologize for saying, wait a minute. That's not it's just weird. It's just weird the way that she worded it. It's just weird. And we know Christine has a way with words. We know Christine has a funny way with words. But I mean, come on, Christine. But again, this is what she's saying now. This scene is on the way to the tell-alls. This is on the way to the one-on-ones. This is Christine and David on the way to the one-on-one. And this is what Christine is saying. Listen to it again. Let me cut this volume all the way up. I didn't even realize the volume that I could. Is the volume up all the way? Eh. Oops. Okay. Okay. Listen to it again.
About him saying he still loved me, and it was ridiculous and awful. What?
And then notice the producers wrote it out on the screen. Notice the producers wrote it out on the screen. They don't always do that. You don't always get subtitles now. Okay. So the producers might have caught this too. And maybe they're trying to get, it's like a cult following or something. Baby Christine has some power in these sister wife streets. Christine has some power in these sister wife streets. She's got some pull. It's like she's sister wife royalty. I mean, we knew she was polygamy royalty, but now she's sister wife royalty because it's like anything she says, Christine can do no wrong. And the producers are putting it in subtitles. It was loud to them there in the ATV, but we could hear it fine. Like your microphones are working fine. Us in the audience could hear it fine, but they put subtitles there to show us exactly what she was saying. And what she said was, we know we're going to be talking about the apology. Let me set this scene up for y'all. Okay, let me go back and set the scene up. This was David and Christine on the morning of the one-on-ones. They get in the ATV and pretend like they're going to ride the ATVs down to the studio for the one-on-ones. And they only didn't because of all the noise, as you can see in the scene. And it was hot as hell, I'm sure. But they're asking, I guess they must have prompted Christine and asked her what she thought the tell-all was gonna be about, and she said that she was sure they were gonna discuss Kody's apologies, okay? And so she says, listen to it again and read the subtitles, y'all. Imma play it again. Read the subtitles, though. Read the subtitles.
About him saying he still loved me.
Read the subtitles. I paused it. Read the subtitles. I'm sure we're going to talk about him saying that he still loves me. Where does the word still comes in at? Where does the word still come in at? Where, if we give her a pass, excuse me, if we give Christine a pass and we say that it's tomato, tomato, with Kody saying, I want to apologize for saying that I never loved you, and Christine saying that he apologized for saying that it was weird for him to say that he used to love her. I can give y'all that. Okay? It's tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Okay? It means the same thing. Him saying that I want to apologize for saying that I never loved you is the same as him telling her that I used to love you. Okay? But fast forward, now she's changed another word that completely changes the entire meaning and the entire message behind Kody's apology. Now she's saying that he said he still loves her, and that was awkward and awful. Okay? Watch it again. Don't argue with me, argue with Christine or argue in these comments.
And it was ridiculous and awful. What? I know. I'm not even going fast. You can't even hear it.
Okay? Poor David can't even hear her because of the wind. And she's just talking shit. And poor David, it's like she wants to stir the pot. She wants there to be drama where there is no drama.
About him saying he still loved me. And it was ridiculous and awful. What? I know. I'm not even going fast. You can't even hear it.
Poor David is minding his own business. Poor David just trying to ride the poor little ATV. And it was ridiculous and awful. Poor David just trying to ride the poor little ATV. He just want to show Kody his big man toys. Okay? He's thinking about how he's gonna get that ATV down to that studio so him and Kody can go on a little ride down to Moab. And Christine is talking about Kody said he still loves her. When did Kody say I still love you? And why do we allow her to paint these narratives and we just support her blindly and just run with it? Why do we do this? Why do we do this, people? And I'm gonna just play the clips in order so y'all can see them for yourselves once again in case you're confused. You don't have to go back and rewind and watch the video again. I'm just going to show it again from start to finish, each clip one after the other. Here we go.
I wanted to apologize with all my heart. Ah,
Okay? Next.
Yep, I was angry. And that wasn't cool.
I was gonna play again because that one didn't start at the beginning. Let's do it again.
For saying I didn't love you. Yep, I was angry. And that wasn't cool.
Okay. That's innocent enough, right? How does something as innocent as that apology turn into it was inappropriate for Kody to tell me that he still loves me in front of my current husband? Okay? Let's watch the next clip. This is when she says what he said, but she kind of rephrases it tomato, tomato. Here we go.
Here now, it's weird. It's a weird thing to say. I have a husband right here now. I used to love you. I can't imagine what's going through David's head right now. I'm like, oh, that's a look. I know.
Okay? So now she switched the words. Now here we go. Listen to that.
About him saying he still loved me, and it was ridiculous and awful. What? I know. I'm not even going fast. You can't even hear it. About him saying he still loved me, and it was ridiculous and awful. What? I know. I'm not even going fast. You can't even hear it.
Y'all, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. It's Christine's fault. It's Christine's fault. Don't be mad at me. Sisterwives fans gonna be big mad. But don't be mad at me because I brought the receipts to the suite. Okay? The tea is always hot. I'm telling y'all, the tea is always gonna be hot. I'm never gonna bring y'all lukewarm tea. I'm never gonna bring you guys stale tea. I'm never gonna bring you guys tea that everybody else is bringing. It's never gonna be basic. I promise you, the tea is always gonna be good here in the suite. I promise you that. The tea is gonna always be good here in the suite. Okay, I'm gonna always bring receipts for what I say. I'm not gonna ever talk about anybody without backing it up. I'm not gonna ever talk about anybody in an ugly way, in a nasty way. If you put it out there though, and I call you out on what you say and what you put out, then argue in the comments. If you don't like it, argue in the comments. At the end of the day, it's just YouTube, it's just TikTok, it's just whatever. It's not real life, but it's reality TV, so it kind of is their real life but it's not our real life. We just commenting on it, right? And so I want you guys to again like, comment, share, tell your friends, argue in the comments, tell your mama, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time right here in this suite. Good night, beautiful people.